Shakespeare's Macbeth is a tragedy that scrutinizes the hamartia, or the fatal flaw present both within Lady Macbeth and Macbeth. To a pivotal extent, the ambitious narcissism and greediness is the driving force for the downfall within the stage play. Complementing the hamartia, the Shakespearean play explores the supernatural concept, falling into appearance and reality, both dominating factors and planted internally in the Elizabethan era. The tragedy of Macbeth is the significant investigation of the egotistical desires and ambitious willpower that reside within Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. The greedy narcissism that resonates within Lady Macbeth's character within the first act is one of the encouraging factors for Macbeth's demise. The recurring motifs of collective pronouns we and fail, and the personification of Lady Macbeth's original plan as a sticking place, while also Macbeth's indecision about the sinful act of killing the king. The application of conjunctions, the use of ands and buts, appears within Lady Macbeth's furious tone compared to Macbeth's fearful questioning, illustrating that Lady Macbeth's greediness and ambitious nature is flaring early on in the stage play. With this influential figure in Macbeth's life, he is destined to become just as greedy and selfish as his wife later on in the tragedy. The euphemism present in Macbeth's "to be thus is nothing but to be safely thus" is proof that Lady Macbeth's manipulative nature has kneaded his ideas and played into his fatal flaw. Macbeth has sacrificed his peace, setting off paranoia to keep the grasp on the throne, which will set off a chain reaction of brutal actions. The presence of the supernatural, which comes in forms of hallucinations, dreams, and sleep, coincides with the ambitious nature of the antagonists, being one of the exact reasons why Macbeth had the willpower to continue on his conquest of fate. Within Act 4, the witches used Macbeth's fatal flaw to their advantage, communicating in vague riddles using equivocation to fool Macbeth. The usage of equivocation and vague communication leads Macbeth to his downfall, who confuses his message, believing he is immortal and thus unstoppable. Hallucinations only manifest within the stage play before or after the sinful act has occurred. For instance, when Banquo's apparition appears in Macbeth's chair in the dining hall, which is a physical euphemism/symbolism in form of a ghost. "Thou cannot say, I did it, never shake thy glory locks at me." Banquo's ghost is the supernatural euphemism/symbolism of Macbeth's guilt after indirectly killing his best friend to keep his grasp on the throne. Upon noticing his ghost, Macbeth reacts poorly, claiming he did not murder him, making him look like a madman in front of noblemen who cannot see the hallucination. While the play is about ambition and the supernatural, to a lesser extent, the conflict between the reality of immorality and the deception of appearances is also explored in the play. Appearances and reality are important plot devices so the antagonist can murder the king and ascend to the throne and gain power, although other characters have been shown to keep up a false act or notice the deception. An iteration of this is Donalbain, who mentions to his brother Malcolm, "There's daggers in the men's smiles." The metaphor foreshadows that the people closest to them are to be wary of, as they want their blood. Since they were in line after the king, they will be most suspicious of the murder of King Duncan. Deceitfulness was also used within Lady Macbeth's plan to gain power for both her and her husband, advising Macbeth on her plan to look like the innocent flower but be the serpent under it. The use of conjunctions and the personified use of similes/metaphors encourages Macbeth to look innocent but to hide his intentions, which are to kill King Duncan within his house. The serpent can also be a biblical allusion for the devil, signifying that Lady Macbeth knows this is a sinful act. Therefore, the downfall of Macbeth is caused by the manipulative, ambitious nature of his wife, Lady Macbeth, who coincides with reality and appearance to keep up the faux persona, to deceive individuals, and the supernatural elements that bend Macbeth to his prophesied fate.